casting announcements for Batman 3, or The Dark Knight Rises. I'm just going to call it Batman 3 because I don't really like the title, Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah, because I think you mentioned it before. It just seems, and I agree with you, it seems like they're just aping the title of the second movie. Like, oh, that was successful. Let's remake that.
It's not Batman 3, it's The Dark Knight 2. Spend money.
Yeah, and honestly, the first one was a pretty good movie, too.
Anne Hathaway has been cast as Catwoman, and oh my god, people are complaining out the ass.
In their defense, she did win an online award for Most Awkward Boner for the fact that she is in both kids' movies and has nudie shots in some movies. So maybe that's why they're complaining.
My mindset with her playing Catwoman, if you have a problem with it and you're a guy, I only have one question for you. What are you, gay? Look at her. She's beautiful. And she's not a bad actress or anything. It's not like, oh, I can't stand to see her act on camera. I just keep waiting until she pulls out her titties or something.
But that's the thing. It's with, what's her name? The chick from Star Wars. Was it Keira Knightley? No. Padme. Natalie Portman. That's right. Yeah, I don't even care. Because her acting in Star Wars, absolutely atrocious. And I'm the only one who watched the trailer for Tron. I was like, really? She's in this? Oh, that's too bad. I was kind of hoping they'd get good actors in there. It's like, oh, she does good stuff. It's like,
wait a minute, you mean Thor?
Yeah, Thor. What did I say?
Tron.
Well, that is completely incorrect. Actually, it's kind of funny. Girl worked at the exact same thing. We were going to the midnight showing of Tron, and she's like, yeah, I'm down for it. I'm totally down. The day we were buying the tickets, she looked over our shoulders like, oh, I thought you guys meant Thor. I don't want to go to this.
What?
Yeah, no. So I guess I can't make fun of her too much anymore.
Okay, you're only half a year early, but whatever.
But anyway, so when I saw her in the trailer for Thor, I was just like, oh, great, Natalie Portman. Little Miss China Doll doesn't know how to act. I was like, oh, she's been in stuff where she acted just fine. It's like, yeah, but you don't understand. She botched that because of the kind of movie it was, and I'm afraid when she gets in a superhero thing, she's going to botch that too. So I can kind of see where people are coming with Anne Hathaway, except for she's not a terrible actress. Because they probably are. They're probably thinking Princess Diaries, because their other stuff isn't as well known, and some of it's a little bit more weird. But the fact of the matter is, she's not a bad actress, and she is pretty attractive. So I don't see what the problem is, especially with a Catwoman character. Because here's the thing. You know who she's passing up on that? Michelle Pfeiffer as a crazy cat lady, and Halle Berry as a crazy cat lady. There's no way she can be the worst Catwoman ever.
Okay, I'm so glad you brought that up, because if you didn't, I was going to bring that up. That nobody in live action has been a good Catwoman.
I mean, maybe kinda... Oh, shoot, what's her name? I only remember her as the crazy old lady from Ernest Scared Stupid. But back in the 70s Batman, I hear she was a pretty foxy Catwoman. I just, can't believe it because I only know her as the crazy old lady in Ernest Scared Stupid, and as Isma in The Emperor's New Groove. So that kind of throws it off for me.
Well, I know there was two Catwomans in the 60s version. She was played by one lady for the first two seasons and the movie that they did, and then during the third season they got a new Catwoman in, and I think she was black, which I don't know how people didn't notice the change.
It was the 60s. I think that's the thing. People think that everyone thought that show was good, and then looking back, we're all like, oh my gosh, that's so silly. I think they knew. I think everyone knew it was kind of just a joke, funny show. And everyone just got in there and did their best, and then everyone else just kind of went, okay, it was funny.
That was Mark Hamill's opinion on it.
I mean, I can't see it not being true, because there's no way they didn't know.
I think Catwoman is going to be an easy character to adapt from the comics into Nolan's Batman films, or Nolanize is the term I've heard and read online. Because she pretty much probably going to get ripped apart by Catwoman fans, but she pretty much is a female Batman, and they've obviously successfully adapted Batman into the Nolan world, so Catwoman's not going to be too hard.
Yeah, I mean, the whole thing with Catwoman is the fact that they are so close, They are pretty much different sides of the same coin. They're both not evil, but they both do things that the law frowns upon. She just does it for personal gain, and he just does it for betterment. Yeah, so I think the thing is, I don't understand why people are mad. Christopher Nolan has done a bunch of things with this series. Oh, that's dumb. That's dumb. Guess what? All the movies have been fantastic. He's gonna do okay.
Agreed. Let's go on to the guy playing Bane.
Tom Hardy, right?
I think that where it's going to be harder to Nolanize Bane than it would be to Nolanize Catwoman, I still think it's going to be easy to do.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I'll give that it's going to be difficult because most of the villains that they've chosen to Nolanize haven't really been the kind of villain like Bane.
Mm-hmm.
They've been the guy that's like the kind of realistic already, and so a guy that hops up on super soldier serum isn't really the kind of guy they've been doing, but I think they'll do a good job because they've done well before, and I mean, even Scarecrow, who uses like the toxins, they translated that pretty good.
They made that pretty believable. I think that with Bane, they're either going to cut his drug out, Venom. They're either going to cut Venom out completely, or it's just going to be like a PCP kind of drug. He's going to maybe get a bit bigger, his strength's going to increase, and he's probably not going to feel any pain. But I don't see him changing size like to Hulk status or something, like he does in the books.
Yeah, I see it being much more the same line, where it's like, if they do give him something, it will be a drug that does not physically alter him. It'll just make him a better fighter.